Tired of shit, man. Still gotta make this money though. You know what I'm saying? Like, still gotta get this motherfucking money, man. See, what I do is I go out, get them to sign their name, but me and the kids, our relationship is cool. Like a lot of young boys know me. Cause I've been doing this for a minute, so a lot of them know me straight up from off the bat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them know me like, yo, Mr. Kyle, what's going on? Boom, boom. But I actually got a batch tonight and shit that I don't even know these young boys. I want to see how this go. Like, I don't even know these young boys. Eli, cool. I don't even know these young boys. Like, I treat the young boys that I don't know like, I don't know. That's the same thing. Like, if they don't know me, they treat me like, I don't know a young boy to ever disrespect me in this ever. That's love. It's like, cause people think of it as like oh, you a pro. Nah, I'm a community backer. You know what I mean? So what I do, kids that's on house arrest and their crime is not as serious, and to have an ankle bracelet, they just give everybody a sheet of paper like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? For them to get their name signed, and I just get their name signed. That's all. I love Philly though. Philly niggas is different. Like one thing about what we do, we give out an aura, like a different type aura. Like we do our own shit. We don't follow no trends in Philly. Like niggas tell you from Philly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you can tell a New York nigga and a Philly nigga. You feel me? I don't know. You know what I mean? No, like, a nigga from Philly gonna always be a nigga from Philly no matter what. Like, I'm not trying to promote that shit now. It's just like, I love this shit because this shit made me who I am. Like, even the job that I do is servicing the people. You know what I mean? Or the job that I need, a social worker, this community backer position, I service the people. Like, that's my job and that's what I do. You know? So it's just like, it's something that I do, something that I, you know what I mean? Something, it's just like you enjoy doing it, bitch. Yeah, man, sometimes that shit be that shit, like, man, I went to work earlier today, man, and I was crazy stressed out because I ain't getting no sleep last night, but I was crazy stressed out because when I got to work and shit, I had this visit with this kid today, and he just got taken from his family. Like, he just got taken from his aunt. His pop was on drugs, so he went to his aunt. His aunt was doing well. His aunt was about to adopt him and shit. And when it was time to adopt him, he switched from foster care to adoption. You know what I mean? It's just a unit thing. Like every Department of Human Services has a foster care unit and a adoptions unit. And young boy was living with his aunt for 2 years, and then this new adoption worker came on the case, white lady and shit. Like, you know, that don't. You know what I mean? But she didn't like the hood that he was living in. And what she did was came to the home, seen him living in North Philly, and was like, she didn't like the environment, and she didn't like how they was living. Yeah. Okay, but this is family though. How you going? So her instructions was to remove the kids because the aunt couldn't care for him. It was like a lack of structure. She labeled it a lack of structure. So the very next day, after like 3 days, after she did one home visit, she goes out to the crib and gets the kids moved. So now the kid living with this stranger that she don't even know, that he don't even know, and this lady taking care of him, and she like, he's giving me all this problems, this, that, and the third, and I gotta service that family. What the fuck do you tell them? Like, it's true. Like what can he got removed from his family? You know what I mean? So it's always personal with it because it's like this young kid grew up in an environment where it's not his fault his pop was on drugs. You know what I mean? And it's not his fault his pop was in the street. And now his aunt took him in, and now this other lady, because she got the power, you know, took him out of his family. Now he living with a stranger all the way out in Bucks County somewhere or something. You know what I mean? I relate to it in a way where as though it's like we all got a little, like, this shit is played in all of us. Some is less fortunate, some is more fortunate. You know what I mean? But it's all in how you take that energy and switch it up. So it's week 2, and I'm prepared. Well, as much as I'm going to be anyway. It's not every day you experience something like this.
Today.
Especially coming from where I'm
morning
coming
after,
from.
and I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Brian B. Miller.
Yes, Brian B. Miller is here for Give Me a Break today. You know him from Rap Radar. He's a writer for XXL magazine. Can I say where you first started?
Yeah, you can say
Don Diva magazine.
That's where I first started.
Yeah. So he's done a lot of interviews, and Kai is here, and Nina B is here. He is going to interview both of you individually. All right. Now, what are some tips, would you say, for conducting a good interview?
Clarity. Get straight to the point. And basically, you know, be open and honest. The more descriptive you are, the better it makes for me.
Be interesting.
Absolutely. Have a personality instead of just cut and dry yes or no answers.
What about controversy? Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. It sells, but it's always best when it happens organically as opposed to when someone's reaching.
Right, like, I don't know Nicki Minaj, but I can't stand that bitch.
Well, you don't like that bitch neither,
no,
right?
I'm saying if you said something like that, okay, Nina B, and that's just like trying to create something that, you know, might not be true. Or maybe it is, I don't know. But, or, you know, maybe Kai's like, yo, fuck 50.
Right.
Take him out. And then you're like, yo, do you even know 50? What are you talking about?
It happens better when it's organic, like natural, you know, so.
Right, like, yo, this fucking dickhead B-Dot interviewed me.
Yeah, talk about it.
Alright, and what are some other tips you would give them? We were talking about drinking. Should you drink before you have a major interview?
No. However, I would, you know, drinking is like the truth serum. So sometimes if I'm doing an interview, if I've done interviews and a shot has been around or two, so.
Right. Well, when we're on lip service, drinking is part of the interview.
Yeah, it helps.
But a lot of people get in trouble that way too. You know, now, what about as far as, what if you say something in an interview that you really shouldn't have said? Can you go back to the writer and say, you know what, is that good or bad?
Ethically, no. Writers hate that, journalists hate that. But you should have said it. That's what I always say. But, you know, sometimes we work it out and it depends on the situation and I won't.
If you're nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into it. Who should we start with this morning? What do you think? Kai? We're going to go with you first, Kai. You ready?
What's going on out there?
Alright, we're going to come back with that. Did you guys bring music today? Because you know B-Dot wants to hear something.
They want to hear something.
Yeah, what you got, Wonder? We start now? Okay.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Never say never. Listen up, B-Dot, because you're going to ask him about this as well. Shade 45.
In the 60-mile lane. I just want the fans to remember my name. Tell them where I came. How I grew and all big. Now my buzz is bigger than the horn.
I don't know why.
Every single track that I'm on. They trying to hold me back, but the niggas keep going. Try to leave me in the dark, but my brother lit the candle. My plot is to take over the whole clear channel. Name it, I can handle anything in front of me. Locomotive going, so they better get in front of me. Critics criticize, now they want to give me kudos. Haters trying to match me, you would think they playing Uno. I'm going to the top, no air. Pluto, 1,000,000 miles high, don't compare me to a poodle.
Never say never. 888-SHADE45. Call us up. Let us know if you think that's Kai. And B-Dot is getting ready to do this interview. And I'm so nervous.
Oh, man.
So nervous. Shade 45.